I welcome all of you once again to my class. My name is Jewel and today I am going to take the continuation of lesson 5. This is of class 4. I am dealing with the ICSE syllabus Cordova Publications. Please like, share and please subscribe to my channel if you like to hear my further chapters from this textbook. Now let's go to the continuation of this lesson. Read these words aloud. Barely, toiled, scrawny, drifted, moss. Answer orally. What kind of a farmer was John? John was a poor farmer who could barely scratch out a living. Number 2. How many members were there in the Baron's family? There were 6 members in the Baron's family. B. Tick the correct answers each. What did Betty get in return for the chicken she gave to the Baron? A. Chicken and mutton. B. Nectar and bread. C. Nectar and chicken. It is B. Nectar and bread. What did Jack roast for the Baron's family? A. 5 fat geese. B. The last chicken he had. C. Fish and potatoes. It is 5 fat geese. Why did the Baron say goodbye to Jack? A. The Baron did not like the geese. B. Jack did not roast the geese well. C. The Baron knew that the Jack would never be as clever as Betty. It is C. The Baron knew that Jack would never be as clever as Betty. Now, write T for true and F for false statement. Number 1. John loved farming. True. Betty was full of cunning ideas to fool people. False. John was a hard-working and satisfied farmer. False. Number 4. Jack Green was not clever as Betty. True. Number 5. The Baron asked John to work in the fields to learn the skills of farming. False. Now read and answer the following questions. Some farmers did well, some barely scratched out a living. What do you understand from this statement? It means that some farmers grew crops well and thus had ample money to live on, but some could not grow good crops, so they had difficulty in earning enough money to fulfill the needs of their family. Number 2. What did Betty decide to give the last morsel of food to Baron? Betty decided to give the last morsel of food to the Baron because she had an idea in her mind which resulted in bringing more food for her family. Number 3. How did Betty divide the chicken for the Baron's family? Betty gave the tail to Baron's wife, legs to his 2 sons, and wings to the daughters, and head to the Baron. Number 4. Who got the tail of the chicken and why? Baron's wife got the tail of the chicken because it was her job to sit in the house and see that it is properly run. Number 5. Which part of the chicken was given to the sons and daughters of the Baron? What was the reason given by Betty for doing so? Legs were given to the sons as they were strong and loved to walk to their father's fields every day. Wings were given to the girls as they loved to travel to distant places. Number 6. Which part of the chicken was given to the Baron? Why was this done? Head was given to the Baron because he was the head of the house. Number 7. How did Betty divide the geese? What does the division of the birds tell us about Betty? Betty gave a goose to the Baron and his wife, 1 to the daughters and 1 to the sons. The division of geese by Betty shows a sharp wit and intelligence. Number 8. Why was Betty rewarded with 3 gold coins? Betty was rewarded with 3 gold coins because the Baron was mighty impressed with the way Betty used her brain so cleverly. Number 9. Compare the characters of Jack Green and Betty. Jack Green was greedy, whereas Betty was clever. Betty surely had a strong character, as whatever she was doing and was in the favor of her family, and not to cheat anyone for greed. Now next is reference to context. Read the sentence and answer the questions that follow. If I take the 2 remaining geese, then I am 3 also. You see, it is really very simple. A. Who said these words and to whom? Betty said these words to the baron. B. How many geese were there? There were 5 geese. Number C. In what context did the speaker say so? Betty said so while dividing the geese between herself and the baron's family. D. Write 3 adjectives that describe the speaker. Smart, clever and caring towards her family are the 3 qualities of Betty. Now, Hort's question. Did John become a good farmer? If yes, then discuss how and what would had happened after that. Yes, John became a good farmer and the baron helped him to become so. After that, his crops would have grew high and family would have become strong. Now next is we are going to the grammar section, that is future continuous tense. Read this sentence. Betty will be visiting the baron's house. John will be working in the field. In the given sentences, the words in bold are in future continuous tense. That is, will be visiting and will be working. The future continuous tense tells us about actions that will be in progress at a given point of time in the future. Formation of future continuous tense. To form future continuous tense, we use will be, shall be plus ing form of the verb. Example, John will be working in the field. Will be plus ing form of the verb work. Now, fill in the blanks with the future continuous tense forms of verbs given in the brackets. Manu dash study in the evening. Will be studying in the evening. Number 2. Mother dash do some work. Mother will be doing some work. Number 3. The king dash give wealth to his subjects. The king will be giving wealth to his subjects. Number 4. We dash go to watch a movie on the weekend. We will be going to watch a movie on the weekend. Number 5. They dash perform at the event. They will be performing at the event. Now, rewrite the following sentence in future continuous tense. I go by train. How will you make it into future continuous tense? I will be going by train. Number 2. Rita and Geeta study at night. Rita and Geeta will be studying at night. Now, number 3. Students write letter to their parents. Students will be writing letter to their parents. Number 4. Mr. Kanna teaches us maths. Mr. Kanna will be teaching us maths. Number 5. Renuka wears a new dress. Renuka will be wearing a new dress. Now, use the given groups of words to form sentences in future continuous tense. One is done for you. He attend a meeting. How will you make it into future continuous tense? He will be attending a meeting. Then, number 2. Taruna cook food in the kitchen. Taruna will be cooking food in the kitchen. Number 3. Mr. Joseph travel by car. Mr. Joseph will be traveling by car. Number 4. Children play in the park. Children will be playing in the park. Number 5. I sleep at 11 o'clock. I will be sleeping at 11 o'clock. Number 6. Rohan go to swimming classes this Sunday. Rohan will be going to swimming classes from this Sunday. Now, compound words. Match the words in column A to the ones in column B to make new words. Now A and B. Suit, grass, neighbor, hearth, home. A quake, B hood, C case, D work, E hopper. Now suit, case, grass, hopper, neighbor, hood, hearth, quake, home, work. Then next is analogy. Fill in the blanks. Black is to white as hot is to cold. Number 2. Monkey is to chatter as horse is to neigh. Number 3. Elephant is to land as fish is to water. Number 4. Water is to drink as food is to eating. Now, use these words in sentences of your own. First use them as nouns and then as verbs. So with these words you must form sentences first as a noun and then as a verb. With this word shout, how will you make sentence as a noun? Did you hear that shout? Then as a verb, do not shout in the class. Then second one, swing. How will you make sentence as a noun? The swing in the park is broken. Then as a verb, monkeys swing on trees. Then answer. As a noun, please give me an answer, said the teacher. As a verb, you have to answer his questions. Then lift. Lift as a noun. The lift in my office is spacious. Then as a verb, he likes to lift weight in the gym. Okay children, I hope you all understood the grammar section of this lesson. Please read this and please understand and please remember to like, share and please subscribe to my channel and please share this with your friends. Okay children, we'll meet in the next class. Until then, bye.